What's up, everybody? Thanks for tuning in. And you're about to get chin checked. Before I get started, remember to like, subscribe, notification, comment. I'm doing a little walk on the tread, man. I got to thinking, and I was just wondering. It's a question that all us boxing fans should ask ourselves. Do you love, or do you care more about boxing? Do you care about your favorite fighter? And don't get me wrong, we all got our favorites. Like on the show on Chin Tuck, you know, my favorite is Errol Spence, and Jay is Terrence Crawford. And it's cool that we both can coexist, even though we are considered to be on different sides when it comes to the boxing world. But the reason why I bring this up is because I feel like boxing is in a dangerous place right now. I feel like the sport, the fighters have become more important than the sport, as far as we're more worried about who's the A side, who's the B side. We're more worried about who's making more money. We're more worried about who's more popular on Instagram. We're more worried about who's the shot caller, who's not the shot caller. We're more worried about our favorite fighter not losing that zero. And it's kind of messed up right now. Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence is on the verge of having probably the biggest fight in boxing since, probably have to go back to like De La Hoya and Trinidad, as far as the biggest fight in boxing. Mayweather and Pacquiao, yes, it was a bigger fight as far as money, but the timing of the fight was way overdue. Now, I do believe Mayweather would have won 5 years prior, but the fact is, we didn't catch those fighters in their prime, and we were robbed as boxing fans. We're in a similar situation where Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence is on the verge of making a fight, but it's been delayed for the last 3 years. And we're getting robbed again. And this is one of the reasons why boxing is starting to fall off, why UFC became so popular, why boxing is no longer a pastime where you got together with your homeboys or your family and watch the big fight on Saturday night. It's because us, as boxing fans, are too concerned about what's going on with the fighters and about bragging rights like we in the fighters' camp. And don't get me wrong, when they fight, you know, I'm gonna be rooting for my boy Spence, but I'm more excited for boxing in general because it's gonna be a big win for us and as a boxing community. It's gonna pick us at the forefront in front of the whole world to see. So I think, man, that we need to take more responsibility for what's going on right now. We have to stop worrying about all that stupid shit and worried about making these big fights. Like I see a lot of people going back and forth and between Spence and Crawford with the negotiations. Me and Jay, we really don't give a fuck about it. I really don't. Mostly everybody that's talking don't know shit about what's going on, except what they think they heard or he say, she say type shit. But we really don't know. Like I said, just be patient. Hope this fight is made. Hope that they stay quiet and that they can negotiate behind closed doors and get the fight made. Even if it's at the beginning of next year, I'm fine with it. I would like for it to be in November, but that don't seem likely. So, like, we might be aiming for the beginning of next year. But as boxing fans, we got to root for this fight being made and not be afraid that our favorite boxer is gonna lose. Cause I understand we both scared. Spence fans are scared that they're gonna lose, and Crawford fans are scared they're gonna lose because we've been both talking shit for years now about who's the best fighter in the world to me and who's the king of 147. But we gotta put that to the side, man, and worry about boxing. I ain't wanna keep y'all too long, you know. I apologize if I'm breathing too hard because I'm trying to get this incline walk in, but it was just a thought on my head, man. Just remember, man, that boxing is more important than your favorite fighters. Don't get me wrong before I get out. I want these fighters, man, to get paid well. I want them to have enough money that their kids can eat off of. And that their kids don't even have to worry about getting in the sport of boxing. You know what I'm saying? So I want all these fighters to win and become big and start getting endorsements and stuff again. Like, most boxers don't even get endorsements from big time companies and stuff anymore. Like these sponsors ain't even thinking about boxing. So I want boxing to get back to those days, man, where everybody was fighting everybody. Want people scared to lose their zero, and if they did lose, they weren't considered a bump. They just took a L, but they came back and they might beat another great fighter. You know, back in the days, like in the 80s, Leonard, beat Hadler beat Hearns, Duran beat Leonard beat Duran, but they all considered great when their time was up. You know what I'm saying? So we got to get back to those days, man. Just because a fighter take a L don't mean they stock has to plummet. And that could be part of the problem with PBC. I'm not sure. Maybe they are a little worried about Spence maybe losing because his stock could plummet some because of a loss. But us as the fans have to take some of the blame for that too, as well as PBC, because we put that label on these fighters and realize that, sometimes it's a bad night in the office, but don't mean they still ain't great. So just keep that in mind, man. Let's be more worried about making this fight for boxing than worrying about our favorite fighters in the game. With that being said, man, y'all take care, man. Remember again to please like, subscribe, notification, comment. You know why? Because we love boxing and you love boxing. But most of all, God, peace, and love. And I'm out of here. Take care.